Should we play God? Well, more and more people are asking this question in light of some of the remarkable advances that are taking place in synthetic biology and in biotechnology. Just for example, scientists are on the verge of creating artificial cells in the lab. Scientists can use techniques in genetic engineering to create genetically modified organisms that include microorganisms, plants, and animals. That scientists can create artificial embryos in the lab, starting with stem cells instead of egg cells and sperm cells. Scientists have created these human-animal chimeras that consist of both human and animal cells. Scientists are able to grow and culture in the lab meat that they think one day humans could use for consumption, and scientists are even looking at trying to resurrect extinct species. These are fascinating pieces of work. These are fascinating advances, but of course they also raise eyebrows, and they also raise concerns, like, is this wise? Is this safe? What are the ethical problems? In a sense, all of these questions can be summarized in a single question: should we play God? From a Christian perspective, to answer that question, we would turn to the Genesis 1 creation account, and specifically the creation of male and female in God's image, described on the sixth day of creation. Because we bear God's image, we have been given certain responsibilities to multiply and fill the earth, so that the earth is covered with human beings that bear God's image, bringing glory to God. But in the process, we are also to subdue the earth, to bring it under our control, and to exercise dominion or rulership over the creation. The point behind bringing the world around us under our control and exercising dominion over the world is to take advantage of all the resources that are present in the creation to promote human flourishing, to promote human growth and advancement. Of course, we're also to be stewards of the planet. That is, even though we are rulers over the planet, we are not to abuse the planet, but to care for the planet and all life that's within it. So when it comes to understanding, again, this question, should we play God, probably the most important command that was given to us is the one in which we exercise dominion over the creation. We could argue that the work that's going on in synthetic biology and biotechnology is really justified from a Christian perspective because it falls under the purview of human beings exercising the dominion over the creation. And as long as we are doing this work to promote human flourishing, to care for the planet, this is actually something that would be pleasing to God. Of course, one caveat here, and that is that we have been given dominion over the creation, not dominion over human beings. That belongs only to God Himself, which means that when we pursue technologies in synthetic biology and biotechnology, we need to make sure that we're not exploiting human beings, that we are not undermining the value and the dignity and the sanctity of human life. So when it comes to this question, should we play God, my response is that we have no choice but to play God because we're made in God's image. And being made in God's image, we are creators, which means that we are going to exercise that creative capacity to even manipulate and modify life forms. And as long as we're doing this in a way that brings glory and honor to God, that serves higher purposes, there's nothing fundamentally wrong with work in synthetic biology or biotechnology. The real problem comes not so much when we try to play God, but when we try to take God's place. And that is why it's so important for Christians to engage the work that's happening in synthetic biology and biotechnology so that we are able to exert an influence that is derived from a Christian worldview that ensures the technology is used for the best and any kind of misuse of that technology is mitigated. If you want to know more about scientists working to create artificial cells in the lab, I would invite you to check out my book, Creating Life in the Lab.